You must be Dr. Roland.
Yes, I am. Dr. Roland Thomas, naturopath.
Now, I understand you have a natural way of getting people well quickly. That was the name of your talk today at the Total Health Show?
Very, very much so, because I did it myself, and so have many of my clients over the last 20 years. Literally overnight, people feel a difference. They wake up feeling rested and energized.
So how did you get into doing that in the first place?
Oh, that's an incredible
Long story short,
Yeah. I was in very bad shape 20 years ago. I was obese. I was high cholesterol, pre-diabetic, high blood pressure, and I had chronic fatigue, chronic back pain for the last 15 years. When my wife, who was here with us, brother, introduced me to Dr. Michael Kiriac, a Russian scientist who did 20 years of extensive, the most advanced nutritional algae, microalgae research on Earth to this day, ever, by the way. And I shared my story in the supplements I was taking with him, and he said to me, try this, and he literally gave me a small bottle of green capsule, microalgae. That same night, I felt the difference. I slept better, I woke up more energized, and in the days following, it was unbelievable that I could sit hours at my desk, at my table. And I started soon afterward brisk walking, jogging. By the end of the first year, I lost a pound, and I ran my first marathon. So that's how quickly I got better, in a matter of weeks.
Hence the name of your talk, Get Well Really Quick.
Absolutely.
Because that's what happened to you.
That's exactly. It felt like a miracle, yet it's absolutely logical, explainable on the biological, nutritional level.
So, just based on what makes this algae so special, and where does it come from?
What is unique about this blend, it's actually a blend of 4 algae, which you'll rarely or never see. It's a blend of not only the famous green algae like spirulina that are quite famous, but we also have red algae, and people never talk about the red algae. The red algae contain those miracle nutrients, the carotenoid like beta-carotene, alpha-carotene, zeaxanthin, the famous astaxanthin. It has very many of that family. They occur as a food, not as separate and isolate. These nutrients have the ability to facilitate energy transfer, just like photosynthesis, and particularly cross cellular membrane, and particularly cross the blood-brain barrier, even the blood-retinal barrier, which is when you can reach the brain, then the rest of the body is a no-brainer. It's the first thing I learned when I was speaking with Dr. Michael Kiriac.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so how long has this been in the market?
In Europe, in the world, over 35 years. In America, in the US, 20 years. This is when I met the scientist. In Canada, since 1996. It should be the most famous product on Earth, but we are remaining under the radar because we are Health Canada certified, we are good citizen, and we are FDA friendly. And we must, because we want to be out there for the remaining 100 years. We want every family on Earth eventually to have a bottle of this microalgae on their table for the family. That's our mission.
Yeah, tell me about the research behind this. I believe it started in Russia.
It did. Around 1975. It started with livestock industry, which was failing in Russia. When Russia started to bring together all those small farms on these large, immense facilities where hygiene was not at best, where nutrition was poor, and there was low productivity and many health issues with these large flocks, with these large herds. In Russia, it was impacting the food chain at that time. So Dr. Michael Kiriac had finished a degree in biology and cellular nutrition at the Academy of Science of the former Soviet Union. And he had studied chlorella, which the Japanese had been writing and studying for the last 20 years prior. He latched on to that science and evolved it enough that he was recognized by the Academy of Science, and they started to give him budget to work with local farms. Gradually, over the next 15 years, he moved on to immense trials, such as 1.5 million chicken farms. 54,000 hog farm, and these studies were done because they were, particularly the hog farm, was very representative of human cardiovascular problem with plaque, with heart attack and so forth. So they proved with the volume, with academic science, without placebo bias, if you wish, the undeniable benefit when you apply this nutrition to, say, 75,000 chicken on this formula versus the witness 175,000 not. You can actually measure undeniably with no, if you wish, profit intent, legitimate demonstration that these 75,000 with the proper blend could actually manifest more eggs per year, 80% survival rate of new chicks, increase of 80%, many other benefits such in the various species tested.
So in other words, a lot of research.
A lot of research. As I said earlier, the most extensive nutritional science ever on earth to this day, but Nobel. By Nobel, I mean it was not for profit, it was not biased, there was no cheating. It was done for saving the food chain of the former Soviet Union. The intention were communist, if you wish. I don't like that expression, but it was secret research, it was well guarded, and I wrote a book about it. He was nominated, Dr. Michael Kiriac was nominated Person of the Year in 1985. That was quite a recognition of his achievement.
Good. Do you have any testimonials from people that tried it here over the weekend?
Oh, we've had already so many. Dozens of people have come back with pink cheeks already, feeling the difference. They slept better. They come for more in the morning. We give them a couple capsules. They come back sometimes hours later. They say things like, "Oh my God, I was able to sit in this boring 45-slide presentation without falling asleep." It's really amazing. Literally, if you see this banner here, you'll feel the difference today, overnight, in matters of hours.
How many do you have to take?
Well, it's between 1 to 12. I hate to give that flexibility, but the reason for that is that it's a food. Not everybody responds the same way. Not everybody is the same age. So we have 3 formulas, one for more toddlers, infants. So we have 3 different grades of the same blend of 4 algae, but one is geared more for children, infants, because it's our gentle formula. We have the teens and kids and athletes and bodybuilders, generally healthy people. Then we have the one that is more for performance, high performance or chronic condition, fatigue, even in support of your battling cancer or diabetes, conditions as such, conditions that have been in your body for a long time. So it's a matter of efficiency. It is not one of power. You shouldn't be afraid of the more, if you wish, intensive effect. And I say enjoy it. Try it and enjoy it. You'll notice the difference very quickly.
Good. More information?
Information you'll find at bioage.com, as well in Canada or the United States. And I wrote a book called awakeningthegeniuswithin.com. Look it up. It describes the detail of the research. It's a 40-page book. It's readable. It also describes Dr. Michael Kiriac's private life, private story, which is very dramatic, as you'll see.
Okay, name of the book or site for that?
awakeningthegeniuswithin.com. And our website is bioage.com, BIOAGE.com.
I'll look into
as in adding life to your life, BioAge.
And this gentleman has a really interesting bio, doesn't he?
Oh yes, absolutely extraordinary. As a matter of fact, I think Dr. Michael Kiriac should be a Nobel Prize. If anyone deserves such title. My opinion.
Thank you.
Thank you.